Bonjour. Good morning, dearest participants. Bienvenue en France. Welcome to France. Thanks to ASEAN European Higher Education Fair for giving us the platform. As you can see on our webinar title for today, it's Dare to Dream, Study and Scholarship in France. So Campus France is inviting you to start dreaming and planning about your further study in France. And today, so will be your one step ahead to make it real. I'm Fitria, the representative of Campus France Jakarta, and for the next 30 minutes, we are going to explore what it's like to study in France, and we'll also get to know the scholarship opportunity that could help to finance your study. And the presentation will be delivered by my colleague, Victor Azumi, as the coordinator of Campus France Indonesia, and we'll follow the presentation with the Q&A session. So please drop your question on the chat box so we can answer it later. And so without further ado, I'll give the platform to Victor for delivering this presentation. So Victor, the platform is yours.
Thank you, Fitria. Good morning, all of you. So indeed, today we're going to talk about daring to dream to come and study in France. So before I start any further, let me just introduce to Campus France and what is it exactly that we do. Campus France offices and branches abroad are actually information center for higher education in France and university cooperation. Throughout ASEAN countries, we have 16 offices, and we offer guidance and advice on your study projects, and we assist you in all the procedures that you will have to do once you choose to study in France. Okay. So France actually is today the 7th country in terms of number of international students who choose to study there each year. And for PhD candidates, we are actually the 3rd country. Among OECD countries, sorry. Okay, so now we're going to talk about why study in France, why France is actually a good choice and a good place to pursue your dreams. Like, what are some of the advantages and benefits that come with studying in France? So first, when you study in France, you get the opportunity to study in a prestigious and internationally oriented place with a world-class education. For instance, France is actually a very active country in terms of research in many different fields, such as medicine, biology, mathematics. Hence, French university and higher education institutions top ranking in many international rankings, such as the Shanghai ranking or the Times Higher Education ranking. France also has quite a few Nobel Prize awardees. So who knows, if you come to study in France, you might even become a Nobel Prize awardee yourself. Okay, so what's more is that French language can actually become a true added bonus for your resume. French is an international language spoken in every continent and also is a work language in many different international organizations such as the UN, the UNESCO, the European Union, and so on. But for those of you who do not speak French yet, do not panic. You also have the opportunity to study in France in a program taught 100% in English. We have all these programs, more than 1,600 programs actually, who are all combined on this website right here that you can see on your screen, taughtinenglish.campusfrance.org. It has all levels and disciplines, and you can apply without having any French proficiency. This is just what the website looks like. Okay, so now when to apply for your study in France. What's important to know is that the academic year in France starts in September, and you have to apply about a year in advance. So for the academic year 2023 to 2024, you actually have to apply in October this year. So for example, if you want to do a licence, which is the equivalent of a bachelor's degree, it's a 3-year study. You have to apply from October through November this year. But be careful because this applies for Campus France Indonesia, which is where my team works. But the dates may vary depending on the country you live in. So if you live outside of Indonesia or in another ASEAN country, please check the dates directly with Campus France near your home because the dates may be different. Okay, so France is a very attractive destination for international students, but not only. As you all know, France is also the first touristic place in the world. So when you study in France, you actually have lots of things to discover. But the French government actually provides quite a few subsidies for its students. Okay, so the first one is the Resto U, which is basically the restaurant on campus. So every day for only €3.30, you get to eat a full meal. So you don't have to spend very much money on food. Also, the CAF is a state subsidy for housing, which helps you pay your rent. Actually, you get an amount each month, depending on where you live. So it helps you pay your rent. Then we have the Sécurité Sociale, which is social security, which is health insurance for every student. It's mandatory, but it's free, and it helps you to pay for your medical bills and so on. Then public transportation, when you're a student, it's cheaper. You get to travel by train, for example. France actually has a very developed public transportation network, and it's very cheap when you're a student. You get discounts. You will also get discounts on cultural activities like museums, exhibitions. Lots of activities are actually cheaper when you're a student, and some are even free. And last but not least, you also have the right to work. So to have a job étudiant, a student job, to work part-time up to 20 hours a week. Okay, so now when it comes to living expenses in France, you will have to pay approximately €650 to €1,050, depending on where you live in France. Of course, it's going to be a bit more expensive in Paris, as you can see here, and it's cheaper in other smaller cities. But all these living expenses can be covered by the scholarships that I'm going to mention in just a few minutes. Actually, France provides a reasonably priced state-funded education. That's why it's another reason why it's a good choice. France is actually one of the cheapest countries in terms of cost of studies, and a lot of it is actually already covered by the French government. So as example, as you can see here, when you do like a master's degree, for example, so study for 2 years, the total amount is like largely covered by the French government. And then the amount you can see here in red is the amount in euros that you actually have to pay. It's the same for a licence, so bachelor's degree, and also for a PhD. But all this can be covered, like the rest that you have to pay can be covered by the different scholarship opportunity. The first one I want to talk to you about is the Excellence Eiffel Scholarship, which is aimed at recruiting the elites of the future. It's destined for master's degree and PhD candidates, and it covers a very large subject. So sciences, for example, biology, health, ecological transition, mathematics, etc., and also humanities and social sciences. Then we have the Make Our Planet Great Again scholarship, which is scholarship launched by President Emmanuel Macron in 2017, and it's aimed for people who already have a PhD, so it's for young researchers. The next one is the Islamic Development Bank and French government joint scholarship. So it's a fully funded scholarship for students from the country who are part of the Islamic Development Bank member states. So for ASEAN, this will apply to Malaysian, Indonesian, and Bruneian students. For this scholarship, the application starts in January 2023. So, and also it covers 20 different fields of study. And the final one is the Erasmus Plus program, specifically the Erasmus Mundus Joint Master Scholarship, which gives you the opportunity to study in 2 different European Union countries. So if you choose to study in France, you also get the opportunity to study in another country. Okay, so if you want to have more information on these scholarships and also other scholarships, depending on the country you live in, you can go on the website right here, campusfrance.campusfrance.org, and also get in touch with Campus France office near your home or the French embassy, because French embassies provide scholarship in every country. Then we have a few French higher education institutions that actually offer scholarship opportunities directly. So get in touch with them also to have more information on these different opportunities. The first one is Institut Supérieur de l'Aéronautique. It's an engineering school focusing on aerospace. Then we also have the next one is the Graduate School for Science and Technology. ENS Lyon is an elite French public institution that covers a very large range of academic topics like humanities, social sciences, but also economics, etc. Centrale Nantes is also an engineering higher education institution. Then we have the Institut Paul Bocuse, which is quite famous for hospitality management and culinary arts. And finally, Eurocom is an engineering school and a research center for digital sciences. So then again, if you have any interest in these institutions or their programs, I would advise you to go on their website and check information directly from them. Okay, so if you study in France, you have also the opportunity then to join our French Alumni Network, which provides many benefits. First, you will be able to connect with alumni all over the world, so not just from your home country. So you can expand your professional network and get a sense of belonging to like a new community, which is always expanding. On the France Alumni website, you also have job opportunities to work in France or abroad. For example, for non-governmental organization or international organization. And finally, with a more leisure-oriented advantage to joining a France Alumni Network is that depending on your country, you have access to various events, discounts, exhibitions, and so on. Okay, so now if I still have your attention and you start to imagine yourself studying in France, let me tell you how to start your journey. The first one will be language preparation. So whether you choose to pursue your study in France, but in French language or in English, you will have you will need a language certificate for your application. Then, of course, you need to find information on the desired program. So you need to do thorough research to be certain of your choice. Then you also get to consult with us at Campus France, so you can gather useful information and tips regarding your studies in France. Then the application starts. So it's in October this year, again, October 2022 for academic year 2023, 2024, sorry. You get to apply and then you get your results. Hopefully they're positive results. And then you can start your visa process with, of course, the guidance and assistance of Campus France. Okay, so now you can check where is the nearest Campus France office. So if you are in Indonesia, you can find us in Jakarta, Surabaya, Bandung, Medan, or Yogyakarta. If you are not in Indonesia, you can go on the official Campus France website at campusfrance.org and visit your country website directly. So here is Campus France official social media and also Campus France Indonesia to get in touch with us. Okay, so that is all for me, guys. I want to tell you merci et à bientôt en France. I hope this presentation inspired you and gave you information to pursue your dreams to study in France. I will stick with you to answer your questions, so please do not hesitate to ask away. Don't be shy. And also, we'll have a live session, chat questions at the end of the day this afternoon at 4. So you can ask questions then also if you don't have time now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Victor, for the presentation. And I believe that the participant got all the information and are ready to start planning their journey in France. As you may see from the explanation that Campus France is ready to accompany you through the process. So you could find the nearest Campus France offices in your country for the detailed information. I would just add a bit information about the possible scholarship for Indonesian students. You could find the details on our virtual booth. We already have several questions and we thank you for your enthusiasm. And we are going to respond it one by one. Victor and me will answer to your question. We are going to start by the question number 2, I believe, because we already answered the first question about the living cost in France. And the second, also the third question is about the IELTS requirement. Can IELTS be used to apply into master programs in French universities?
Yes, it can, absolutely. Of course, it depends on what program you're applying for. Usually the university have some conditions, and you can check directly with them when you apply what certificate they accept. But usually IELTS is a widely accepted certificate for English.
Yes, so if you are choosing the international program taught in English, it will be IELTS or TOEFL. But if you take the regular program in French, it will be DELF or a French language certification. And for DELF, it will be in level B2 normally. Okay, thank you, Victor. For the next question, can you share more about French policies for international students to work in Uni-European after their graduation to enhance professional network and working experience?
To work in the EU, well, if you study in France and you graduate with a French diploma, of course, it will be easier to work in the European Union. Because we have, when you have a French visa, it gives you the opportunity to also travel and easier to work because France is part of the European Union. So your degree will be more easily recognized in different European Union countries.
And also France offer the visa or residence permit for job seeker or new business creator. So if you are graduated from a master degree, you could get this type of visa or residence permit that will allow you to stay in France for 6 months up to 1 year to search for a job or create your own business. So it's quite possible for you to work in France or maybe to try find the opportunity to work in Europe. Okay, we already have many questions right now. So for the 5th question, what should I do if a program that I want to apply isn't connected with Études en France platform? If I apply to the institution directly, is there any added steps that should be done?
I'm sorry, I was if it isn't connected with Études en France platform, I'm not sure. I think Fitria will probably answer this one better.
Okay, so if your program if a program that you want is then connected with Études en France platform, you could apply directly to their website, because if it's not connected with Études en France platform, normally it is a private institution, but you should check again on their website. If it's not with an Études en France procedure, you could apply directly to the website of the institution. And if there are any added steps that should be done, you should check directly with the campuses, but normally it will be your CV, your motivation letter, and also your diploma, your university diploma or university certificate, and so on. So you could better check with the university website. If you have a question, you could contact us or your Campus France nearest to your place. Okay, next question. Does Campus France offer French language courses?
No, we don't. We only have our mission is to promote French higher education and to guide you and assist you in your procedures, but we do not offer French language courses. However, usually we are implanted in the Institut Français network or Alliance Française, and they do offer French language courses. They have actually quite a large offer of French classes, whether it's online or offline. And then when you study in France, usually the universities you go to will allow you to take French courses if you're not fluent in French yet.
So you could visit the website of Institut Français or maybe Alliance Française in your country. Next, generally, what level of French language ability one needs to apply a law master's program in France?
Usually it's a B2 level in French.
Yes, but sometimes also several universities ask for C1 level. So if you
Yes.
need to check with the university, and if they ask for a C1 level, you should prepare it beforehand. Okay, the next question, I have taken the DELF B2. Could you tell me additional opportunities that I could have?
Opportunities in what field? Because you have taken the additional opportunities besides studying in France, besides
I don't really understand, but with the DELF B2, it's actually the basic needs for you to apply for the university in France with a regular program who taught in French. So yeah, it's normally you have to get your DELF B2 first. Okay, the next one, does Campus France offer teacher education and what courses or majors are?
No, Campus France does not offer teacher education. We do not provide education of any sort. Like I said, we are here to guide and assist students, but we do not offer classes. However, if you are interested in studying in some topic and you are interested in teaching, you can check our catalog or website to check like the courses are available in France, especially if you want to like be taught in English, for example.
That's right. Okay, we still have a question. Is there a research about radiochemistry in France?
Probably, maybe radiochemistry. I mean, I think the chemistry field is very developed in France. You have a lot of university who have very good quality teaching in all kinds of sciences. So I would say probably yes, but I would advise you to actually look on the internet if you can find such a degree in France.
Actually, there's a comment about the question before about the DELF B2. Sorry for not clarifying my questions. I just want to ask about the difference between French and English teaching course in France.
Okay, so in terms of education, the only difference will be the language in which the classes are taught. If you take classes in French, it will be the same diploma, just the classes are in French. The programs that I taught in English are not necessarily more specific than the ones that are taught in French. It's just that the classes are in English, but at the end, it's the same kind of diploma. In France, you can, for example, study business, for example, and have like a bachelor's degree in business and have all the classes taught in French, and it's just you have your diploma at the end after 3 years. And you can also do the exact same one in English in a different institution, for example, and the diploma will have the same value, but the difference will be one is being taught in French and the other one is taught in English.
That's right. Okay. Can Campus France assist prospective students in making their application, especially in checking their motivation letter or answering the recommendation is of the accepted format?
Yes, actually, Campus France checks your documents to see if they are sufficiently in the right format and everything. And also, we also for opportunities to learn about how to write a good motivation letter, how to make a good resume. Fitria will tell you more about this because we have actually a few events coming up about this. So we actually do everything we can to make sure your application is the best it can be.
Mhm. So, as Victor stated before in the presentation, that the university registration or university application will be start really soon for the university year in 2023 next year. So if you wish to join the university in France on September 2023, you need to start your application this year. So for bachelor degree, it will be started at October and up to November 2022. And for a master degree, it will be started from December up to January 2023. So if you are ready or if you are already sure that you will continue your study in France next year, do not hesitate to contact your nearest Campus France offices for further assistance. We are going to have, in Indonesia especially, we are going to have several sessions of how to write a good CV and also letter, motivation letter, and we follow the step with the personal accompaniment. So do not hesitate to contact our offices. Okay, I believe that will be our last questions. Since we don't have much time, thank you very much for your participations. We do apologize, but you could also visit our virtual booth. We will have a virtual and live chat at 4 to 6 p.m. Thank you again for your time, for your participation, and hope to see you again in the near future in our offices or maybe in France. Merci beaucoup. À bientôt en France. See you in French. See you again. Thank you, Victor.
Yeah, thank you, Fitria. Thank you all for your attention. And don't hesitate to ask more questions at our live later at 4.